Hi, I'm Robert Resch. Welcome to the Asurface Show, where we share useful information for architects and designers, general contractors, developers, and we're here today with Daniel Pagano. He's Director of Wood Operations at Asurface. Daniel, I was reading a periodical on multifamily projects, and I'm often interested in the value proposition. And I think people think of wood, it's expensive, right?
Right.
But it's relative. I mean, it's relative to anything.
Like everything else.
And I was reading somewhere that people will pay more money. A renter will pay more money for real wood than they would otherwise pay. So, talk a little bit about the associated costs in a range for this product.
Well, speaking on the cost subject, I mean, there's like you said, there's I think there's a wrong perception about costs on wood. As in the past, wood was the most expensive thing available, and there were not as many other options in the market like there is nowadays, LVTs and other things that mimicked or try to mimic wood. So it was basically carpet and wood. So there was a lot of allergy issues involved, and wood was sometimes at some point in time, I think wood was really perhaps overpriced. But nowadays it's not. So one can have a wood into a project that it's not going to make the project price prohibitive, and it will add a lot more value or nature. There's nothing really like with the respect with all the other products available in the market nowadays, and how good they look. Like I said, there's some LVTs that I have to admit it that I have to touch it to myself to see that it's not wood. But at the end of the day, there's nothing like wood. So if one can have wood, I don't think that there's if the market understand what it's available in wood options and the look and the pricing nowadays, it will be a very easy decision for them between wood or anything else. I think it's just a matter of understanding and educating the market about it.
So, if from a durability standpoint, for multifamily project, okay, where you have a rental unit, right? Do you believe that an aluminum oxide coated product like you have here can stand up to, heavy duty rental traffic? I mean, renters aren't notoriously easy on the product. Do you feel like this product can stand to heavy traffic?
I absolutely think it can. Like I said, on a regular wear and tear, on a regular usage, if one wants to destroy just because they're renting the house, if they want to really damage the floor, they will damage anything. But if it's a regular wear and tear, it's a regular living family of 5 or 7 in the house on a regular day-by-day usage, this will stand any like anything else, any other products.
Gotcha.
And it's a lot to do with maintenance. One needs to understand that they cannot wash a wood floor like they would have on a tile. There's the minimum maintenance, which is the same as any other product. As far as the maintenance and the cleaning is done properly, and the usage, it's normal like anything else, any other surface. This will stand the time for sure.
Daniel, I'd like to talk for a minute about marketing. And with so many residential developments going on in and around our community here, I read the advertisements for these units, for these condos, and if a project offers wood, it's always advertised, it's always promoted, and there's a desire for real wood. And I think the misconception is that, it's something that it's really expensive to have it, and it's really desirable to have it. So what I'd like to do is talk for a minute in your experience with the value component for wood.
Yeah, it's funny you brought that up because, one might see an advertisement for a house being sold, solid wood floor, engineered wood floor, wall to wall, exotic wood floors, and, wood floors. I don't remember ever seeing, laminated wood floors, wall to wall, or LVT, wall to wall. I mean, it doesn't, if, so I think that the market understands the value of wood and what wood adds to the project, to the house, or to the environment as a whole. And I like to say that with all these new products available, I mean, there's a lot of nice looking LVTs. There's a lot of nice looking laminate floors, but it's going to be a nice looking laminate floors to the day you have to replace it for something else. It's going to be a nice looking LVT to the day that you have to replace for something else. Where wood, even as wood gets older and gets dented and gets, anything that happens to wood adds to it, adds value to it, adds
Character.
warmth, adds character. Nowadays you see a lot of barns being, old barns that before were, burned down, as a waste. Now they're treasuring those pieces of wood because there's a lot of character that only time can add to wood, but time can never add that character to anything else. That's why wood has always been trying, there's always something new trying to resemble or to look like wood, but you will never be able to, because even when wood is damaged per se or is dented, it's not a dent, itself. It's not denting the wood, but it's adding character to it. So that's why I think that wood, it's unbeatable. I mean, there's the market for, there's a lot of product that's going to come and go, not a lot of new technologies add, but the wood always gonna stay.
So, and it's, wood is synonymous with luxury, with high quality. And I think that, the misconception is that you can't have luxury and high quality and affordability. And I think that's a common misconception, because I believe you can. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, there was a perception that was probably a concept that was, it would have made sense probably 40 years ago, but where in the past engineered wood floor wasn't, it didn't exist. I mean, resistant finishes like this, it wouldn't exist. Back in the day, they used to scrape the wood by hand, and they used to apply natural oils on it that wouldn't be resistant. That they had to buff it. I mean, I did that for my mom when I was a kid. I mean, I had to buff it every week. Put a wax on it and keep on buffing that piece of wood. But nowadays you can have a wood that looks like it has a hard wax that has been buffed every week, but you probably all you need to do with this is just clean that up. Right. So the value added with the technology available, it's here, but not necessarily as expensive as probably used to be, back in the day.
Thanks for watching. If you found this information valuable, click on the link below for your free A-Wood sample binder.